Hi, Jessica. So in this assignment, you're culminating. You're just going to create something that demonstrates what you've learned through this parenting course. You've got a choice. You could create, you see here if my pens will work, you could do a slideshow presentation, or you might want to create a brochure or a poster, infograph, or a pamphlet. You could also do an essay. I can tell you though, the essays are the least popular. So don't feel one is better than the other. It goes towards what you're most comfortable creating. Okay. What you should have, so you're going to create your information in one of these formats, but I also want a title page with a table of contents. What am I going to look at? Titled sections and a reference section. So where did you get your information? Okay. So here's the criteria. So if you go, so now if I click on here, the culminating activity, make a copy. You probably already have this in front of you, but I thought it was easier to go from one thing to the other. We just have downtime. All right, so here are your instructions. So part A is going to talk about, you're going to inform people what it would be like to get prepared to have an infant before baby arrives. Okay, and you're going to tell me all about the topics you're going to covering: planning for parenthood, health prior to pregnancy, or healthy pregnancy. Be sure to include the impact of good lifestyle choices during pregnancy and how they can affect the future development of the child. Basically, why do we bother being healthy when we're pregnant? Or before we choose, if it was a choice, what things we would do to make sure we have a healthy baby. Okay? Then you get to choose one of the following age groups. So part A, you have to cover these things. Part B, you only have to cover one of these: infants, toddlers, or preschoolers. And you're then going to create a guide on the physical, intellectual, emotional, or social development of that age group. So if you did infants, what are the things you can look for? And things that parents and caregivers can do to promote development. And here, look at it. It gives you a thing. Must cover at least 2 different activities. I don't need 10. 2 will be fine. So discipline, that was a big issue in our course. Discipline and authoritarian, like how do we discipline our children? And remember, discipline is different than punishment. And then remember, you did your parenting philosophy. What kind of parenting style tips would you get or give? And what are the challenges for families with children in this age group and coping strategies? So if you looked at infants, one big challenge is you don't get enough sleep. How do parents cope with that? So in addition to the above requirements, students will choose 3 of the following to include in their parenting guide. So you could give me nutrition and healthy eating, literacy and reading to children, special needs, safety issues. Again, I don't need all of these, just 3. And then going back to the format, you could do an essay. You could do it in the form of maybe a newspaper or a journal. You can do tables, a pamphlet, brochures. So remember, not everything has to be written. You could do point form, heads up kind of thing. You could do a slideshow because that might suit you better. And then just like a slideshow, you can do a title page, a table of contents, what's going to happen on each slide. And then make sure at the top of it, have titled sections. And then at the end, include the references and articles that you used. And, where did you get your information? And then again, here is just the rubric. I hope this helps. Please let me know. Thanks.